Last time, implemented a lot of upgrades, 10 overall, with a significantly improved pace over 2 streams ago. That was due to some offline pipeline improvements that basically just made it so information was more centralized. It needed to be added in fewer places when adding a new upgrade, to the point where it really just needed to be added. Like, you just had to write the component that actually did the thing, whatever that thing might be. Um, and also just put in like the data when you're offering it to the player. So like the name, the description, the cost, stuff like that. So yeah, that was pretty effective. We're just gonna continue that today. I just have like a list of upgrades I'm gonna do here. Um, if I get done really quick, I can start working on the frenzy system, like the combo system I've been talking about, where like if you are constantly moving up and you aren't getting hit, and probably a little boost when you collect stuff as well, you're gonna get this frenzy bar that eventually you would tip over into frenzy. That gives you like some kind of bonuses, like probably move speed, jump speed, and also upgrades that can potentially interact with entering frenzy. So yeah, we can maybe get started on that. But what I'm really just trying to do is add another 10 upgrades. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this list of upgrades here will represent 10 overall. So that's what I did last time. So that's what I'm gonna try and do again this time. Um, I think this will put me at a pretty healthy amount of upgrades, like somewhere in the mid to high 20s. That probably won't be enough long term if, like, if we ever have the full release with multiple levels and stuff like that. Probably want a few more dozen. I would say somewhere like 40s, 50s, maybe, or even more. But this will probably be the last time I just do a batch of upgrades on stream, because I figure 3 streams of doing upgrades in a row, it's gonna eventually get kind of old, and it should eventually just become offline work, and I should progress to a new thing on stream that might be more interesting, change of pace, like say levels or bosses. So yeah, that is the plan. One last batch of upgrades on stream before moving on to something else, to give us a nice healthy count of upgrades as we start formalizing more into a game. Um, I can also show you here real quick. I added some shader effects for the shield and for the shop, like the rest areas off to the side. Let's hop in the game. I can show that really quick. I don't know if these necessarily are final. They probably aren't, but I think they're definitely a step up from the just the test sort of sprites I was doing before. So here's that shop. We got. I think I probably will pause this when I have the time to do another round of stuff on this. Like, pause the effect when you enter it. And then I also want to grayscale everything outside the circle and freeze everything outside the circle. And when you're outside peeking in, the inside covered by the circle will be grayscale, is the goal. But anyway, yeah, I got this is just sort of like a masked noise type, like scaling, what's the word, stacking noise type effect. And also to give it like kind of a, I don't know, sandy, like more pixely feel, it's doing a pixelated sample before it starts running the effect. So this isn't like full pixel frequency. It's kind of like variable rate shading, where it's doing a like pixel block frequency, and that's why it's like a little grainier. But I think that's like a desirable effect in this case. Anyway, oh, I also had a room in the base shop here for upgrades later today. But also I upgraded this shield effect. Be like a nice like swirly bubble type deal. Here, I'll hop in the rest area to be able to show it without being worried about like hitting stuff. Let me zoom in. So yeah, it's just another sort of type noise effect. It gives it like this like warbly shield energy-y vibe. Not sure if final. Probably not. Probably will at least get at least one round of improvements, but It's definitely nicer looking than sort of simple sprite it had before. So yeah, not a ton of offline work, unfortunately. Whenever I do like these shaders, I kind of like get a bit distracted, sort of like doing too much, fine tuning too much, especially when it's not a final version anyway. So yeah, both of these like ate up more time than they should, but they look cool-ish. So I guess I can show really quick here. I'll pause the game, and I can show really quick the associated shader graphs. I think it's likely that they're a bit wasteful, but but again, like, can potentially improve this at a future time. All right, this is the vine. This is not what I want. I want this shield bubble, but it will not open. Why? Maybe, oh, it just was significantly delayed. All right. So here, I'll actually move this over to my bigger monitor. Does that matter for streaming? I think it does. So we just got some noise here that we rotate based on time. And then we add another round of simple noise just to give it further randomness. These collections of noise generate some random looking UVs that can then is passed into noise again. Then this is just sort of it lightening up a bit. Then it's sort of put on top of the sprite, which is using the same shield sprite. Or I guess this is a new shield sprite, but like it's kind of like a base sprite designed to be consumed by this effect. And that is where it will get the colors. The other aspect is the alpha, where, I don't know, like, again, just sort of stacking noise to get sort of this vibe here, where it is this is like the pulse of it. So this is like pulsing in and out in a just like an interesting looking noisy way. And then that pulsing is placed on top of the alpha channel of the result of the previous effect, which if you look closely, you can kind of see it like is getting brighter, and then it's like getting slightly darker as it fades inwards, expanding outwards, gets brighter again. So that's how that graph works. The other graph is like pretty similar. I'm just like playing around with and stacking noise. It's gonna take a bit to. Oh, unfortunately this is in 3D, which makes it harder to preview. Because it's doing a subgraph. It's pretty annoying. I found that if you want to like go by good practices, which is like the equivalent of functionizing your stuff, right? Subgraphs, like this is like a function that I might want to reuse, but unfortunately, using subgraphs forces the view to be 3D, on the incremental views at least. But same sort of idea, just sort of stacking noise. This ellipse here is used to cut out the middle to give it the sort of like open bit. That's then just sort of masked and blended together. There are two different directions of rotation. One's going faster, one's going slower. And overall, it gives it that kind of like wispy effect. Is this game still running? Yeah. So yeah, you can see the outer pixels are moving a little bit faster, but there's also a clockwise rotation around just sort of the circle. So yeah, might touch these up, and to be honest, like adding work in progress shaders doesn't really advance the game's progress too much, but you know, whatever. Some offline work is better than no offline work. And we are gonna go ahead and start today's stuff. Let me fix my Unity window though. And I'm also gonna close these because I found that it's like, if I changed it, it was an accident. I found that it animating stuff and like previewing the shader graph and stuff like that can make it less responsive sometimes. So if I'm not planning on actively working on that, I might as well close it out. Okay, so Yeah, this time membership card is the first thing on the docket here. So if we hop over to the upgrade notes, we can see membership card is just +1 item offered in the shop. I think that should be relatively straightforward, but let's get into it. Oh, I guess another thing that's like kind of nice is I organized this. I mean, that's like a small, tiny thing, but this was really getting out of hand. I just had like a folder of 40 modifiers, but now they're at least organized a little bit, which is helpful because a lot of the time I want like pretty similar functionality or I'm responding to similar events. And that's true in this case as well. So I'm going to go to scripts, player, modifier, card, where similar scripts will be, similar upgrades. I'm going to duplicate the discount card. I think this will basically function in a similar way. So this is going to be modifier, shop, item, extra, I guess, or I guess extra shop item. But so looking at sort of the copied discount script, it's just when it's bought, it sets a flag on the shop. It's going to be very similar. So let's go to that. We have discount, increase discount. We're also going to have private static int s extra items 0. We copy sort of this setter, increase extra items, int amount s extra items plus equals amount. And then in the spawning logic, spawn shop items, I think, we're looking at num shop items. So we want to look at everywhere this is set. And I think what we want to do here, we could call this like num base shop items. We could just modify this directly. I think modifying it directly is not the way to go because we might lose track. I don't know. Maybe you'll have the ability to give away upgrades or something in the future. That makes our go back behavior pretty difficult. So yeah, we're just gonna keep this num shop items, but then I guess we can just have a private int get total number, or I guess total num shop items, and that would be return m shop items or m num shop items. Come on. I hate when autocomplete is too smart. That makes me annoyed. So yeah, we're just the number of items you have plus whatever this static extra item counter is at, which will be set by the player getting this upgrade. And then we need wherever num shop items is. We replace it with that getter. Get total num shop items. This shouldn't be like this. This is exactly what I said I didn't want to do. So we're going to make a little variable, num shop items to spawn. And yeah, it still should do a min by the indices. Actually, I guess I did need to do this. Well, in a world where I'm doing this anyway, I should just modify it, right? Or yeah, let's just have a base shop item. I think that's sufficient. Base num shop items, and then get rid of this. But then we will also have a private int m total shop items. Yep. No, let's just put this at 0 and we'll populate it there when we spawn, because that's like the point of no return, right? And this also, getting rid of the previous variable name nicely flags everything for us that we need to change. Okay, so we'll have M total shop items is the min of however many things there are to spawn, pool, or our base plus our extra. And then we use this instead, anywhere that comes after this being set. Same deal here. Same deal here, I think. We'll find out. We're going to have to test this. All right. No more errors in our shop script, so maybe that's good. Let's take a look at our new card script. And on buy, we are going to increase extra items 1. Or I guess I should have public and extra items. I can set it to 1 and set it elsewhere if I want. All right, so there, oh, I have to change the name. Modifier shop, or I guess modifier extra shop item. And I didn't hook anything up yet, but let's just pop over to the game real quick. Have it look for compilers by just playing the game. All right. No, well, actually, I have to jump up a little bit until the first shop spawns. Jump in. All right, there's the shop. Just double check we didn't break anything while we're here anyway. There's 2 ultra shields here because it's preferred item. It's fine. All right, everything looks fine to me. I guess I should more thoroughly. Yeah, the navigation seems fine. All right, cool. So we did not break anything. We can now continue. So we added, this is the first half, is the actual functionality. It's saying, hey, I am a modifier, and when I am bought by the player, I want you to increase the extra items offered in the shop by 1. So now, when we go to our modifier list, we want to add that. Dang, I have no idea. I need to add numbers here though. If I want the ability to be able to specify the index in the shop, that preferred shop item index thing, if I'm gonna be adding stuff, I need a good idea of what the index is. I don't have to count this up every time. Let's just pay the cost real quick right now. Type in numbers. I wonder if there's a way it can do this automatically for me. It wasn't a problem last week because I was just incrementing it 1 every time. But this time I don't know what it was left at. All right, new modifier data. We have, what did I want to call it? It's a card that gives you an extra item. All right, membership card. Future shops will offer an extra item. Type of whatever modifier, extra something. Extra shop item. I want you to use the, what's it called? The card sprite. The color, do I have silver? No, let me get the silver color. I would just use the same silver I'm using on my silver coin here, which is 0.73, 0.76, 0.8. So let's add another private color here. What is it? 0.73, 0.6, 0.76, 0.8. Okay. Then let's make the silver, and it charges $5. 5 coins. That was another thing I did. That's like a tiny thing, barely worth bringing up, but I just gave myself 5 starting dollars. It's just a waste of time if I got to the shop and I'm like, oh, I didn't actually pick up the 5 coins I need to test the thing I care about testing. So yeah, hopefully that'll all be slightly quicker there. Okay, let's hop back over to, I guess I should put this at 18, right? 16, 17, 18, yeah. Let's hop back over the game, see if any compile errors reported. No compile errors. All right, let's hop over to our shop and tell it to spawn our item. So let me open up the shop. It's currently set to number 8, which is the Ultra Shield. Right, because we're doing +3 because there are 3 hearts at the beginning of this list. So +3 on 18 is 21. So tell the shop, hey, before you spawn anything else, spawn item number 21, which is this membership card we're hoping to test. All right. Oh, and I'm gonna again close the shop because it animates the shader, which slows down the Unity editor. Okay. We would hope to see our membership card as a silver card as the first item offered in the shop. And then when we get to the next shop, it should offer 4 items instead of 3. Alright, good start. We have the membership card. Oh, it doesn't fit. I can put member card, I think is fine. Same idea. But Unity will crash trying to hot reload. Why? It's a good question. Why even implement hot reload in the first place when I don't think it's ever seen... I don't think I've ever seen it work successfully once. But what can you say? Alright. Here's a shop. Ah, 3 different cards. But member card doesn't fit? That seems wrong. membercard. That's only 10, 11 characters. Oh, you know what? It might be a... Yeah, this 12 should be 11. Yeah, it just has like 2 font size buckets, and I keep being off by 1. I guess I wasn't off by 1 last time. I was off by 2 when I went from 13 to 12. And because I changed one small number, Unity will attempt to hot reload and basically fail. I wonder if there are like hooks I'm not implementing that would make hot reload actually work. I should look at disabling it, because I don't know, sometimes I make a change but want to go back to member card. Future shops will offer an extra item. Got it. Alright. There's a rest area, not what we're looking for. But the next thing up should be a shop. Alright. What we got, shop? 1, 2, 3, 4 items. Navigation looks correct. Let's find an item all the way over here. Navigation still looks correct. Cool. Since I got a volatile shield, might as well pop it. Oh, that's still using the old sprite thing. I wonder, I mean, maybe I'll rename that to like a family of items called like bomb instead of, it's not really a shield as much in the sense of the other shields. Anyway, all these shops have 4 items. Membership card complete. Oh, keep losing my zoom in OneNote. Membership card. What's next? I think I have my stream notes on the shiny charm. So charm. Okay, improved money collection radius. Let's go ahead and add that. So in scripts, I'm going to add a new folder under modifier called charm. New script, modifier, shiny charm. Let's close out card, open up charm. Alright, modifier shiny charm is a modifier base, and it wants to override on buy. So that is a protected override void on buy. And I guess we want, as like the sort of data here, float would be radius increase percent. And we'll do 20% by default. Okay, so the modifier shiny charm is going to be on, I guess I should just do the safer sibling get. So that would be something like transform.parent .get component in children player money, or QHEA money. Oh my god, autocomplete, you're killing me. Okay, money obj. So we get the game object that's holding the player money component, because I'm pretty sure that's where the player money collider is, but I'm going to double check that right now. Yeah. Okay. So we want to do money collider is money object, get component, collider 2D, and then collider dot size. Can we not do size? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So I think it just needs to actually, I was trying to keep it general, but I guess it doesn't need to be, or it can't be. I need the size, which doesn't appear to be on the general, doesn't appear to be on the general collider class. I'm gonna rename this the size, 'cause it's not really a radius. Okay, and then collider. Okay, I think that's all we gotta do there. For the logic, let's add it to the game, or to the list here. Should be number 19. Shiny charm. This is increase money collection radius. It is called modifier. I think I just named it shiny charm. Its index will be 19. Its sprite will be charm. I don't have a charm sprite in here yet. I'll need to add that. I want gold. All right, let's go ahead and add that charm sprite to our modifier list. And we will also update our shop prefab preferred index to spawn in our new charm, 21 to 22. And close out the shop. Okay, should be good to test. Our first shop should contain our shiny charm. And then after we collect our shiny charm, we should be able to collect money at an increased radius. There's no visual for that at the moment. There probably should be by the end, but probably not gonna make the visual now. I just care about the functionality. Uh-oh. Wait, what has happened here? Oh, I'm like, wait, why did my shop controls stop working? And it's because my hand was like slightly offset on the keyboard. I wasn't hitting the keys I thought I was. Looks fine. So I'm gonna pause the game because I can just look at sort of the collider, right? Maybe I can't? I think I've done this wrong. Ah, this is reducing it to 20% size. We need 1 plus this. All right, let's try it again. So yeah, basically we wanted 120% there, instead we were doing 20%. Now that I have coins, I can just climb quickly to the shop. Slightly faster testing. Can I climb quickly though? Oh my god, game. Platforming stuff as well is on the docket for very soon. I feel like if I add ledge grab and wall climb, these situations that in the current setup add to frustration instead would be like a cool addition, like a deepening of the mechanics. Alright, shiny charm, we pause the game, we take a look at the size of our player's collider. He's in the wrong spot, but I think it's right. It's behind you, I can't really see. I don't know, I don't think this actually increased. So we can say 0.703, 1.36. Or it might have increased but not been... Okay, yeah. It did increase, but 20% isn't noticeable enough. Let's try 35%. Man, I think I've said it before, but I've probably heard this Samba song 10 million times. I mean, not 10, that's exact, but in the hundreds for sure. I don't like this charm sprite. I feel like I'm going a bit too hard in the shading. This actually looks like nicer with too wide. I'm gonna make a note about that. Improve charm sprite needs thicker outlines. Alright, grab our, oops, I grabbed the wrong thing. I grabbed a shiny shield. Okay. I can grab 2 coins really quick. Hop back in the shop. This will also test the shiny shield. Hey, there it is. Oh, that looks I was only testing the ultra shield because it's the easiest to test. Because it's just up all the time. You don't have to do anything extra. But dang, I like that in yellow. It's really boy. Anyway, what was I testing? Oh, yeah. The player money collection radius now 0.5, 1.14, 0.14. Is this increasing? Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. 0.79, 1.5. Okay, yeah. This is still a little modest. I think I bump it up to 40 and I call it done. It works functionally. The numbers are changing. Okay, call that done. Where are you? Shiny charm. What is next, stream notes? Burning upgrades. Okay, so the idea here is we have a set of upgrades that key on like while the death box is on screen. For sort of the risk seeker, they probably be cheaper than their similar counterparts when I eventually add, the number balancing. So, but we don't have an event for that yet. So we're gonna add that in modifier base. We need to subscribe to a new event, and I think we want two. We want on death box enter screen and on death box exit screen. And then we would just go to whatever component is responsible for advancing the death box and it can basically do a calculation from the camera to set up this event. So let me see if I can find that. I think it would be maybe World Manager, because I don't know, let's see, Deathbox. Deathbox, Advanced Deathbox, yes, okay, cool. Okay, we already have these warning distances. But I think I want to add a private bool m is on screen false. Then I have this sort of if deathbox distance is, I think this is the warning distance mid is already like on screen. Let's just try this, see if this works. Is on screen was true. If m is on screen, m is on screen equals false. We'll make events in a second. Let's just add debug logging. Left screen. Entered screen. And then same deal in here. Because it's possible you just have like a significant vertical distance enough that you would jump over that else case. But actually, I guess. Oh, this already has to do with the warning. Yeah, I don't think this should piggyback on this. Unfortunately. I was kind of hoping it could, but I'm just gonna basically copy this. I think it's actually closer. We'll say 14. We'll bump this down. K death box on screen distance. Then we will head back down. Get rid of this being handled in the warning because I don't want, just because I don't want the warning flickering doesn't mean I don't want this logic firing necessarily. Yeah, so get rid of this. And then, so yeah, outside of this warning check, as just a secondary thing, we say if, I guess, death box distance. Oh, is this a local variable? Yeah, not anymore. Now it's up in the parent scope, so I can look at it. So if death box distance is less than this, I guess less than or equal to this, and we are not on screen, then we're on screen and we fire an event, but for now we just debug log. And the else if case is death box distance is greater than the screen distance, and we think we're on screen, because that means we're not on screen anymore. And then we will debug log off screen to test. All right. So yeah, we would fire events instead of debug logging, and then our modifier base can listen for those events. But let's start with making sure the debug logging works as we expect. Working in really tiny units and testing frequently is like the brother of version control. They're the siblings of testable code. Oh, I guess I have to wait. So we're hanging out. Open up the console a little bit. Jumping. Need to let our Deathbox catch up with us a little bit. One day it will. Okay. Alright. Alright, our number's too big for sure. Let's outrace it. You know what? I just want it to be actually on screen, and that I'm trying to approximate with just the Deathbox distance, because this is the distance to the player. That's not what I want. I want the distance to the camera. So float camera Deathbox distance. It's the same, but with a different. This would be camera.main.transform.position. What's the problem? Oh, .y, I guess. Okay. Let's try that instead. Oh, we would also need change that value significantly. What's wrong with you? What? Not because... Oh, it just... I'm not sure what the problem is there. If I think the IntelliSense just might be wrong. It's telling me there's another Deathbox distance, but I don't see it. I think it's thinking that didn't realize I got rid of from the previous scope. What the heck? No, I don't even care. It's a subtraction. What am I doing? Oh, there it is. That's why. All right, you go back. I understand you now. Deathbox camera distance. And actually, is there just a way to check if an object is on screen? I mean, I guess I could. But I'm just wondering if there's just like a helper I could call it, like, hey, here's a game object, is it visible? Yes, there is. Yeah, so this is, where's my Deathbox? And Deathbox, get component, sprite renderer, visible? Yeah, I can. Cool. Using, it's worth calling out though, using temp sprite renderer red box might need a review when replace Deathbox with a rising vines effect. But yeah, why am I like doing math on the camera when I can just call is visible? So get out of here. Distance, I don't need you anymore. We hop back down here. And then I just get this instead. Deathbox is visible. Cache this. And I want to rename this as well. And Deathbox is on screen. Okay. So yeah, the two cases here are it's visible and I don't think it's on screen, which means it just got on screen, or it's not visible and I think it's on screen, which means it just got off screen. Let's test that again. I mean, the measuring distances thing worked. That's a good point. There could be potentially some, like, as I make it an effect, I wonder if it just has like alpha set in a certain area, if that would count as visible. I'm not sure where the exact what the designation is. I think the documentation just said if any if it is visible in any camera. What I'm guessing that's doing is it's gonna check if it's being like, it's probably, I would assume that Unity is doing frustum culling for the camera, right? So it's probably just checking if it's culled by the camera. So I think, I would guess it being even partially on the screen counts. We can actually test this if I just step through. Oh, I might have paused too soon. Let me see how close it is. Okay, yeah, I'll just step through. Okay, that is too soon. It became, I guess there's like some fudge factor. That's more than I would have expected though. This is like a solid distance. Dang, that is annoying. So yeah, let me see, is that because of a collider thing? Is there a way around this? Because I would much rather call this helper than like have a fudge factor, what's it called? Based on the height. Why does it think its Y scale is 20? Oh, that's its Y position. Yeah. But I don't know why it thinks it's visible. Right? It's clearly not. That's a bummer. I guess I will have to use what's it called? I will have to use distances. Because even now, I have gotten it off screen, but it's not gone away yet. Because there's just this buffer at the bottom. Aw, chicken, you're messing up my test. Yeah, this is not working how I hoped it would, which is a bummer. Alright, so what we're going to do instead, it's unfortunate, and we would prefer a more elegant solution like that, but it's fine. We're just going to go ahead and jump up a little bit, do that same sort of step through, just get the distance I want. Yeah, it definitely would be preferable, but it's looking like it might make sense if there is like just a little bit of fudge factor around the camera, if they were like a little conservative in their culling, because you know they don't have the intelligence of like whatever the game logic is doing, so there might be annoying like edge cases users could create with arbitrary game logic, maybe. But this is basically, this distance is what we want, kinda. That's where it would have just peaked into the bottom of the screen. It is at negative 1.427 with the camera being at 10.949. So that's 10.949 minus, what was it, negative 1 or just 1? Yeah, negative 1.427. Alright, so if the distance is greater than 12 3/8, that counts. Which I can just, I don't need it at the top. I mean, this is where the only place where that logic is relevant. So I can say something like const float k deathbox visible distance is 12.375 f. And deathbox is visible just means, well, I guess we need the float deathbox camera distance is new y, or like camera dot main dot transform dot position minus new y. Oops, hit page down, right? Camera. There we go. Is it not new y or is new y in the wrong? Oh, new pos.y. What's the problem? O.y. And deathbox is visible means deathbox. I guess the absolute value technically. Well, it can't really be above you. You'll die. So do I need to? I don't think I need to handle that. Right? Yeah, I can't think of any edge case where the player wouldn't be dead and the camera would be above, or the death box would be above the camera. So we can just say death box is visible means death box camera distance is less than k death box visible difference. All right, let's double check that. Again, we're hoping to see that like if we were to step through or you know, just jump around, we should be able to see those debug log events firing as stuff enters the camera, right? Looking at the scene view here so I can see like my debug lines and stuff. And we're just gonna wait for a second. I mean, it makes sense that I want the thing to have a slow acceleration, but maybe I want to increase the speed just for testing when I'm specifically doing these when the thing enters the like screen items. All right, coming up, we want to start stepping. All right, yeah, that's pretty much what we want. Right as it crosses the threshold, really, and then if I, you know, just a little bit of hustle, it's already off the screen again. And I guess just for, you know, good testing, let's check it get on the screen one more time. Pretty much hit exactly when I would want it to. Cool. All right. Okay. So we have the like infrastructure here. Now we just need to send events out. And I always forget the event syntax, and I don't have an example in here, so I'm gonna look elsewhere. I'm pretty sure the platform spawner does. Platform spawner? Has maybe not event? I guess not. The shop has events though. Maybe not. This. Where does on anything? All right, you know what I can do? I can go to modifier base. I should just like know the syntax, but I can go to modifier base. I can look at these event subscriptions, and then I can have Visual Studio take me to on damage, or I guess not on damage, but health on decrease here. Okay, here's the syntax. It's you declare a delegate and then an event that is of the type of the delegate, I guess. Okay. So back over in, what was that, World Manager? Yep. The bottom of our stuff. Oh, there was already a thing there. This is on death box enter screen. I just want to name this. I guess I can't. Oh, I guess I was naming them action for sure. And then we have on death box exit. I guess technically I could just have one. I only really need one single delegate, right? They could all. This is just saying a parameterless function, but I guess it's to some extent it's self-documenting, so it's good. All right, so we have our enter and exit screen events that we will now fire down here where we were previously debug logging on Deathbox enter screen, or I guess question mark dot invoke. I love that question mark thing. If you don't know, it's like an internal null check, because if there were no if there were no listeners to your event, this would technically be like a null reference. So you do the question mark syntax. Anyway, all right, so we have our events. Now we need to subscribe to them in our modifier base, which again is just sort of like doing this common event subscription work. So I just have the simple task of overriding this virtual function rather than needing to handle the event subscription for every single upgrade. And as I get into like restart scenarios and stuff like that, and like pause and quit and stuff, having this centralized I think will likely be helpful. We had the exit. Okay. So we have our two new events. What were we going to do with them? It just says burning upgrades. What's the first one? Oh, shield. Sure, let's add a burning shield. That'll be nice, because for one, I get to see my sprite graph in orange. So that's cool. And then also, it'll be very visually obvious whether or not it's working correctly. Okay, so let's take a look at our shield script, see which would be a good... which would be a good example. So we go to scripts, player, modifier, shield. I guess serene shield is kind of similar. This is more complicated. Yeah, because it's like shrinking and stuff. It's based on shield. You know what? Let's just make a new one. Create C# script. It's going to be called modifier burning shield. Modifier burning shield is a shield charge. Now what do I need to override? Okay, so I need to point it to a shield prefab. I can do that. I'm going to have serene shield for now. This is from about fade. I guess I want kind of similar functionality, but a little bit different in that, well, actually, I don't even care if you like are continually dipping down to get your shield. I don't know if it needs to fade. You're only getting one charge. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to add a note. Consider maybe having fading instead that resets when Deathbox re-enters screen. For now, this just gives +1 shield charge on enter screen if not already up. So yeah, we'll deal with the simpler version for now, but something to think about. So we have our override, but it's not on exit rest area. It's going to be on, what's the word, on, what was that new thing? Deathbox enter screen or something? Is that it? I think so. All right. Nice guess. Okay, on Deathbox enter screen, we will, how is serene shield working? If the shield is not currently up, we add the shield. We make the shield up. But I'm not going to do any grow for this. I think I want to like do a common thing for that. Oh, I just accidentally deleted a semicolon. Okay, so let's go add the shield prefab. I don't think this is doing much other than changing the color. So this might be something to remove in the future. All right, we can go ahead and duplicate our Serene Shield, I guess. Call it Burning Shield, SHIELD. Shield Notifier, sure. Yeah, this all looks good, except the color orange. What is canonical orange? Orange hex. FFA500. I feel like I'll remember that forever now. Like gold is FFT700. Alright. Here's our canonical orange. Why is the alpha not full alpha, right? Oh no, it's a shield. It's a shield. Yeah, 0.5, whatever. Alright. So orange. Then we say, hey, I want you to spawn that orange shield, which is called Burning Shield. Burning, right? Okay. So now we have our logic component. We added the event. We subscribed to the event. The last thing to do is just add to our modifier list. So copy this. Rename Shiny Charm to Burning Shield. I missed a comma here. And what is the language I'm using for shield charge? Gain a shield. Gain a shield. Gain a shield when death is nearby. I need a different name for Deathbox, but I'm just going to put Deathbox for now. And that is modifier burning shield. We're going to use the M shield, sprite shield, set a gold, colored. Oh, I wonder if Unity already has orange. It does not. I'll add it. What is FFA500 in decimals? It's A5 divided by FF, right? OXA5 divided by OXFF, which is 0.647. Private color K orange is a new color. Full red 0.647 green and no blue. Autocomplete, you think you're too cute. All right, burning shield, orange. Now we just go to our shop prefab and we increase the preferred item index to 23. All right, enter shop box, 22, 23. All right, let's test it out. What do we expect to see? A lot of stuff. We expect to see an orange shield in the shop, which we call Burning Shield. And it will activate an orange shield charge when the Deathbox enters the screen. I don't know, that orange, we need a slightly different orange, I think. It needs to be darker. It's too close to gold. I'm not gonna recompile now. The color isn't important right now. Okay. Now we just play the waiting game for a second. There's my orange shield. If I get hit, I guess it says only when you enter screen. So if I get off the screen and then it re-enters. Yeah, cool. It looks like that works. I guess I should check there's no problem with it being double set. No, I didn't get double set. Oh no, I'm trapped though, and now I'm dead. Let's just bump this down. I think it just needs to be darker, just thinking of how I get more color distance from, what's it called, from gold. It just needs to be a smaller number. Okay. I just want to double check that color, because I'm about to do a bunch of burning upgrades. Just get the color settled. Ah, fell. See, that would be one of those moments where ledge jump would convert. Yeah, okay, it's orangier. I think it's orangey enough. But right there, one of those moments where a ledge grab would like escalate from an annoyance to like, oh, a feature, more developed platforming. Anyway, I'm gonna call that done. I don't see any problems with it. Burning shield done. All right, next up, burnt coin, which is just the shiny coin. It's only active when the death box is nearby. So this this will let us check our our enter exit dealio works like we expect, because this will also need to subscribe to exit. So let's go ahead and duplicate our shiny coin script. So that'll be under player coin modifier. Is this extra money? Yeah, duplicate this. Modifier burnt coin. I have a mix of like describing what the component does and just describing the name of the component. I'll probably decide on that and rename everything one way or the other at some point. Okay, burnt coin. On money increase. Okay, we also want to override on Deathbox enter screen. And on Deathbox exit screen. And then we'll have a private boolean that's just tracking that state. And Deathbox is on screen, default to false. I'll add a note. I'm not going to handle this right now. But I'm just going to add a note. Case where Deathbox already on screen when this is bought. Because I think the other one is fine, where the language is like when this enters the screen, you get a shield, versus this is like when it's on the screen, your money pickups are more effective. All right, but yeah, that's kind of like an edge case that if the Deathbox is on the screen, there's like not that much time to hop into a shop. Anyway, it's still something I should deal with eventually, though. Okay, and then on the money increase, we only do something with it if the death box is on the screen, in which case we give you an extra money. Kind of a cool example of how very little code, but it's using pieces from other modifiers, right? We're using the on money increase from the existing coin stuff. We're using the death box stuff we set up for the burning stuff. I think this is a good example of the modifier base sort of layout working well. I mean, maybe. Every time I say something, oh, this is working really well, there's always the chance that I load up the game and it doesn't actually work like I thought it would. Let's find out. So we just need to add this to our modifier list. This is our burned, I guess. Is it burned or burnt? Burned coin. So I should say enters screen. And this is +1 money pickup value while Deathbox is on screen. This is 21. Oops. Modifier burnt. I said burnt. Oh well. Alright, we added it to the list. Now we tell our shop to spawn it. Special shop. 24. And we're gonna close the shop because it should need to animate that sprite. And we're just gonna race up to the top here because we start with money, so we don't need to get money anymore. Burned coin. Oh, I didn't set the thing. And also this is too long. But that's fine. Let's just test it. So we get 2. It didn't work there. Alright, here's a money, and we wait. Play the waiting game. Probably will die right after I get this money. There it is. 4? 6. Alright, yeah, it had increased value. But we have to actually, well, let's fix the sprite to check that. Sprite coin. And let's fix the +1 money pickup value if Deathbox on screen. Okay, I think hopefully that'll fit. We'll find out. All right, we switched it to a coin, and the other thing we have to do is make sure the bonus turns off when we get the Deathbox off the screen. And I'm actually gonna go out of my way not to get coins, to leave coins behind for testing. Alright, there's our burned coin. +1 money pickup value with Deathbox on screen. I will take that. We're gonna hop back down. Oh, I got 1. Alright, I guess that's a good test. Doesn't look like this is moving. Oh, I guess there's a delay. Okay. 3, that's good. And this should be 5. And then we've gained some distance. I'm gonna go to the next one. Only 6? Yep, because it's no longer on screen. But what if I wait again? Can we get back to the next increase being 8? We're running, here it comes. Yep, 8, 10, 11, we just barely got off screen. But yeah, this looks like it's working exactly as intended. Great stuff. Alright, we're gonna call that done. Okay, what's next? Burning boots. Move speed while Deathbox on screen. That's easy enough. I mean, I hope. Let's find out. So we go to player, boots, and I guess it would be similar to this like on leave rest area, similar to like the Serene Shield. So this is modifier burning boots. Modifier burning boots. This has a base class. Oh wait, did I rename the thing I wasn't supposed to? I might have. Burning boots, burning boots. No, it's fine. Okay. Start movement speed boost. What does this do? Okay, temporary movement speed. That's not really what I want. Oops, I lost my thing. Alright. Temp move speed base. I think I still want to use this. Oh, this kind of has the decay built in. This is like handling the decay. I actually only really need this. So I'm just going to grab this bit. Throw it in here. So I have it. And then we're just gonna go modifier base, because we don't need that base class. It's not really doing what we want it to. And then we should have, like, because it's the dangerous one, I think it should be, like, pretty significant. And do this. So you'll have double speed while the Deathbox is on screen. Oh, and not on damage. We want on, again, protected, override. Let's get IntelliSense working on my team here. Yeah, there we go. On Deathbox enter screen, we do this. Actually, I'm probably have a little helper here. Private, void, apply, movement, speed, amount. Apply, bonus, movement, speed, percent. This is just so I can make it negative to undo it. So on Deathbox enter screen, and I guess I should just, like, for safety, have a Boolean, because I can also assert against this. Let's add asserts. Okay, so our bool would be Deathbox on screen. Assert is false. And the reverse of this in the exit, I can just copy the whole thing. Exit is true. Set to false. Caps lock is on. Damn you, caps lock. Okay. So that doesn't actually, that Boolean doesn't do anything. It's just like a debugging sanity check. Because we want this to be like almost atomic. Every increase should be accompanied by one decrease when the box leases. If an extra one is ever getting out on either side, you're going to get an unintended permanent movement speed boost or penalty. So, don't want that. So here we just do negative, movement speed bonus percent. Negative. And here the positive version of that. And then that is just doing this. Okay, so when the Deathbox enters the screen, you give the player a movement speed boost. When the Deathbox leaves the screen, apply the penalty to undo the boost. And you have asserts going on here just to double check, be extra sure that boosts or penalties are like not leaking out of our intentions here. So let's add the item now that we have the functional class. Burning boots. Increase speed if Deathbox on screen. That is an M sprite boots, and it's orange, and 5 is correct. This is 22, which means our shop index is 25. But Unity needs to compile, so we'll wait. All right. Special shop. Enter shop box 24, 25. Close out the shop. And let's head in and test it. All right. At a full 100% movement speed, it should be very obvious. Alright, so we're gonna walk back and forth here. it's a decently large flat platform, because we should be able to see a significant... that does not look like it worked. I do not feel faster. Yeah, this definitely did not work. Let's double check why. The answer is copy paste. I can already see it. It says burnt coin. Whoops, gotta go through all the parameters. I missed one. Modifier, burning boots. Alright, so yeah, the item spawned in, but it was associated with the functionality of the burning coin rather than the burning boots. Alright, we're going again. I also didn't take the time to read the... Did I pause by accident? What's happening, Unity? What's the problem? Well, I guess we're just gonna watch Unity. Oh, it figured it out. Okay. Bring boots, increase speed if Deathbox on screen. We get the base here. Da da da. There we go. Warp 10. Oh no, it's almost hard to control it so fast. Ah. Yeah, that is too fast. It messes up control. I think actually something like 0.6 is probably fine, because that was the fading amount. So, or even 0.5 if that was the fading amount, because it was immediately dropping down from 0.6. That's why it was 0.6. But this will not be dropping down. It's as long as the thing is on the screen. But yeah, I don't know, something about like the extreme horizontal movement there was it felt like it was messing up my ability to jump. Like it just was so much faster that it messed up my jump expectations, and it became hard to control. That's something to watch out for. Drop down to the bottom. We just run back and forth. So we get, alright, there's the hyperspeed. Alright, are we back to normal? Yeah. Wait again. We're back to fast, boys. Yeah, I definitely noticed a difference. Let's just do one final test that it goes away. I'm just gonna write a stream note there to double check that. I'm suspecting there might be an unintended relationship between movement speed and jump force. Review interaction between movement speed and jump force. Might have just felt that way because so much extra horizontal, but it did feel like could jump less when had bunch of extra move speed. But that's a secondary question as to whether or not the burning boots work, and they do. So let's cross that off. Burning boots. Oh, sorry, I'm adjusting my headset here. All right. Burning Charm. Reduce Deathbox speed. Sure. Alright, that's another one of those, what I expect to be super easy, just like global flag sets, similar to this, the shop items. Okay. So, that will be probably just duplicate modifier shiny charm. Scripts, player, modifier, charm, duplicate. modifier burning charm. Let's open that up. So this is still a shiny charm. What needs to be changed? Well, first the name. Oops, that is not what I meant to do. All right, okay. Modifier burning charm. I'll do public float m x or private really. M acceleration decrease amount, and then m velocity. I guess it's just acceleration decrease. So let's go back to World Manager, take a look at how our Deathbox is moving. New pos plus Deathbox rise speed, which is an acceleration. Yeah, I think I just multiply this by my coefficient here that I will set. So I have a public static, what is it, private static s Deathbox acceleration, I guess delta, or modifier amount set, or yeah, set Deathbox acceleration modifier amount. There's an R in it. This needs to be void, and this needs to be float. And this needs to be float amount, and then my thing equals amount. What's the problem? Wrong order. Okay. And then here, where we apply we calculate the acceleration, is just going to be, I'll just say float excel this plus this. Yeah. It's kind of annoying to test. Maybe I can just see it with debug values. That would be cool. Anyway, let's make the component. So modifier burning charm on by. We would say modify amount. So it's negative. We say world manager set something this. Let's take a double check. That looks fine. I had a 0.01, right? This is 0.36. So yeah, this 0.01 over 0.36 is like 25%-ish. Almost like, yeah, a little bit less than a third. That adds up. All right. So yeah, this is one of those, we're just setting a global value. Then future sort of stuff with the global value should consider that. All we need to do now is modify our list. Oops, keep hitting page up by accident. Burning charm. Reduce death box rise speed. Modifier burning charm. 23. And sprite charm. Orange. Cool. Go to shop. Set the preferred thing to 26. Close the shop. And we'll head into game. Probably just gonna have to look at debug values to see if it's working. Cause it's just I could also break in the code to see if it's working. But yeah, one of those things, like a debug developer-y thing, it's pretty hard to notice if something is moving. Oh, game, you gotta be kidding me. I'm trapped. Alright, next shop. It's fine. I should fix it so you can't get trapped though, like that. Alright. Burning Charm, reduce Xbox rise speed. Okay. Go ahead and pause the game. Close out the shop. Look at this world manager. Switch to debug inspector. Now we see Deathbox rise acceleration 0.036. That's what we think. But where's our other value? I don't see it here. World manager, where's your other value? Why don't you have it? Oh, because it's static. Alright, we'll debug. Could also debug log, but hopefully this won't break. I know I've complained a lot in the past about breaking, taking forever, and not working well. We'll see. Can Unity impress me? Well, we hit on pause and the game is unresponsive. How long do I wait before I just stop debugging and like start the process over? That's the problem with these type of errors. I just sit here, like anytime an operation takes more than a second or two, I'm just like sitting here wondering whether or not it's hung. And I guess it is. Let's try again. Unity is so finicky about inserting breakpoints. I mean, I don't know anything about injecting a debugger or whatever, but oh, there you are. Oh, I can remember. Alright, let's just debug log it. Stop game. And get rid of maximize on play. I don't like that. Okay. Debug.log. S deathbox. Just like, then we'll know if it's working. That's all we really need. Because, you know, I don't want to spend waste a bunch of time. It's possible that it works already, and even quite likely, given how relatively simple of a component it should be, but we gotta be sure. So 0, that's what we expect to see, but the hope is that when we go pick up the new upgrade, we will see that 0 go to a different number. Negative 0.01. So yeah, I think that worked. Yeah, I can say subjectively maybe it's rising slower, but I'm kidding myself if I actually believe that's evidence of anything. Alright, but we're going to call that done. It works. I can see the value being added. Let's just double check the math, Excel, including the modifier amount, which we confirmed was negative. Is it ever using this instead? Nope. Okay, we're fine. Burning Charm, done. Alright, now I have a few more wing stuff to add. Jump speed, reduce fall speed, a burning wing, and then a shiny wing. So let's start working through those. So our swift wing is just jump speed. So we just probably can copy our jump charge one. So that would be scripts. One day I'll find what I'm looking for. Scripts, player, modifier, wing. Modifier add jump charge. That's what we're going to duplicate. I'm going to call it modifier add jump speed. Okay, rename it. Whoa, what? Okay, on buy, we're going to get the jumps. And instead of get allowed jumps, you want to get jump force, I guess. Not jump counter. Force, speed. All right, it looks like we don't have the interfaces we need. We'll just add them in. Public float get, not void. Wow, I said float and I typed void. What kind of brain shit is that? Get jump force. Return m jump force. Set. Okay, there are the interfaces we need. Jump. Var jump force. We'll have a private like percentage and jump force increase percent. We'll say 25, right, which is 1.25f, I guess. Really, this plus 1. Var jump force is jump dot get jump force. Then new jump force is jump force plus or times 1 plus that increase percent, and then we say jump apply or set jump force, new jump force. There's one other thing I wanna. What's the problem? Good. Why isn't it? Oh. Float. This actually needs to be slightly more complicated because we want to get the percent and also apply it proportionally to those min and max values. So say float percent is the new force over the old force. And then so we just straight apply it to the new jump force. But I'm going to bump this down just to sort of keep the convention here. There. So set jump force. We want these min and max. These are what there's like some weird potential interactions where your multi-jump might be like slightly wrong in terms of like the force it can produce if you already have a lot of downward force or if you already have a lot of upward force. So that's what this is trying to correct for. So, but we just want to increase or decrease those values the same percent as we increase the actual jump force. Can I just do times equals? Seems like it. Cool. Let's head back to on by, get the jump, set the jump force to 1, 5. Okay, let's head over to our modifier list to add that in. What was I going to call that? Like a swift wing or something? Yeah, swift. Swift wing. It's going to be, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, color.gray. Or I can use silver for this. And this is msprite wing. Increase jump speed. I guess jump force. This is modifier. Add jump speed. It'll be index 24. We update that index in the shop. Hopefully I'll be able to notice a 25% increase. But even if I don't, since this isn't a static value, I should be able to just check it in the debug inspector. And through Shopbox, here we upgrade from 26 to 27. Oop, that's 28. Getting pretty good on the upgrade count, though. 24, or I guess that's 25 upgrades, right? Because it starts at 0. So that's cool stuff. That's a lot of stuff. I guess a lot of them are like similar versions of each other, but still. You know, starting to get enough that it's reasonable to expect variety when you find yourself in a shop. Swift Wing, increased jump force. Alright, all that stuff looks correct. Okay, yeah, that definitely works, and is one of the cool upgrades I want all the time, like triple jump. Yeah, let's I haven't jumped up to the top in a while. Since I got this sick jump force, I might as well really quick. Just it's nice to jump up to the top every so often as a comprehensive test end to end. Can like pick stuff up as I get there. When I go to the higher shops, it'll give me tons of stuff. Alright, we have... Yeah, let's give myself some more time. Okay. Oh, we're starting to get silver coins. We can buy all the stuff. Ah, oh, chickens, chickens. Chickens and rats. I'm just getting pelted. I'm not careful, I might actually die. Alright, what you got for me, shop? Got burning boots and rations. Also good to check for any like weird interactions between lots of upgrades. Make sure they play nice together, or at least seem to. Oh, go coins, baby. Whoops. Healthy seed. Sure, I can buy all this stuff. Next rest area, we should pop in and make sure the heart tree spawned. There it is. Heart tree? Yeah. Cool stuff. What's in this other shop? We got reactive shield and a grizzly wing. Got that reactive shield showing up, pretty cool. The red shield there, and we have made it to the top. Here comes the death box to get us. Uh-oh. Oh. Well, we hit our assertion. Take me there. This was just 2 hits in the same frame. This is fine. I'm gonna add a note of it. And add a note in the stream notes, because that's kind of what I review at the end. Grizzly, shield, and presumably other shields. Can get triggered twice if hit twice before activate delay. It might be unique actually to the Grizzly shield because that has an activate delay. I don't think they all do. So yeah, I think this is just being hit, requesting a shield be spawned, and then being hit again, not in the same frame, but in the period of time between the request being sent and the like the delay actually finishing. It's fine. I think that's easy to fix, but I'm gonna take a closer look to see if it is common in other areas. You know what I mean? Or if it's unique to the Grizzly shield. Alright, but that's mostly fine. And I definitely noticed my increased jump speed with my Swift boots. Alright, now a Fluffy Wing, which will increase our fall speed. It should be another very easy, just really quick change of property on the player type deals. So, let's duplicate our just added modifier add jump speed. So that is all the way down here, player, wing, modifier, add jump speed. This is modifier reduce fall speed. Reduce fall speed. Fall speed decrease %. 25%, why not? So we get the I don't think we need the jump, we need the rigid body. But I'm going to hold this here because there is one jump property I might want to change. I'm going to see how it feels with just the rigid body first, though. So we RB equals game object, get component and parent, rigid body, 2D. And then RB gravity scale times, I guess, equals RB.gravity scale times 1.0f minus that amount. Let's see how that feels. Oh, right. We do the other bit and add it to the modifier list with this information. Oh, I guess I didn't think of a color for this. I'll do teal. Teal is typically associated with rest areas, but I don't have any plans for a rest area wing thing, and maybe it'll be kind of a similar-ish vibe of, you know, you're falling, which is usually probably the stressful time where you might lose. It's gonna chill out. It's similar to, I maybe even call it serene wing. I don't know. Fluffy wing is fine for now. Reduce fall speed. Modifier, reduce fall speed. Sprite wing, cyan, 5, cool. Set the preferred index to 28. All right. So this is another one where it may or may not be obvious. I guess I should like get a really good feel for how fast I'm falling. Oh wait, did I already do cyan? I think I just check. Yeah, I feel like I'm not feeling that, but I'll check. So rigid body gravity scale 11625. What is it starting at? 155. Okay, it does work. It's just not impactful enough. We'll bump it up to 40%. I don't need to actually modify this. I don't think this is. I have basically the gravity multiplier in the jump, where if you are not holding the space bar, your gravity is increased. But I think it's fine if I just am increasing the rigid body gravity scale. If I am double dipping on that, if I were to also increase the fall modifier, that would be compounding the value. It wouldn't actually be the value I intended. I think it works. I mean, I guess. Oh my god. I can't believe I typed that and no one. Because I feel very dumb. I put a private float here for me to use, and then I just hard coded 0.25, and then I'm wondering why changing this to 0.4 didn't do anything. All right, let's go again. That's a bad sign though. I mean, like, I feel like I got a decent chunk done today, but that's the start of the stupid mistakes. When you know you've gone too late, you're gonna start messing up. Alright, what's in here? Here's our fluffy wing. I think it's working. I mean, yeah, the gravity scale is less than. Yeah, I can definitely feel it there. It's floaty. Wow, and this actually is. It's more than just fall speed. It lets you jump more. So I should just. I'm gonna add a just note about this. Gravity scale, not just fall speed, will also lead to higher jumps, which means we probably want to bump it back down a bit. And then we probably want to slightly change the wording. Decrease effect of gravity, I guess. Or decrease strength of gravity. Cool. Burning wing. Jump speed while Deathbox on screen. Sure. And this will be a good test that the jump speed can go back down. We've only increased it so far. So I think we want to use our jump speed increase all the time as a starting point for that. So wing. We have modifier at jump speed. That's what we're going to take here. And this will be modifier, what is it again? Oh yeah, I'm just going to call it burning wing. Because when it's getting like more specific, I can just use the special name. Modifier burning wing. And the speed jump force increase percent, yep, but it should be an increased amount. Get the jump by the percent, but we're not doing this on buy, we're doing this on Deathbox enter screen. Yeah, and then we need to invert it, so we should probably do the similar pattern where we have like a little helper. Private void, I guess adjust or affect, I don't know. Modify. Just going through the thesaurus trying to name functions, the hardest part of programming. Modify jump speed. Float percent. We do this. I should rename this jump force. Percent. Wait. As a percent. I'm thinking, I don't think these are like equivalent operations, right? Is 1 point, so like say I go from 1 to 1.4. Is 1.4 times 0.6 get me back to 1? I don't think so. Let's check. Is that how numbers work? 1.4 times 0.6. 0.84, no. It should just be, I guess it's 1 over 1.4, right? Yeah. That's fine. I should add a note though. May not play nicely with other temporary move speed increases. Should be fine for now, where all other move speed increases are permanent. Actually, why am I don't want to just like have a, this is a bug. This is a bug waiting to happen. Isn't it? I should just have like a bonus amount that doesn't affect the jump forces, like the pure jump force. Thinking about it. I think so, yeah. It's gonna take a second, but let's avoid this being a problem in the future. Private float m jump bonus, or I guess m bonus jump force is 0. Public float set bonus, or apply delta to bonus jump force. Come on, I didn't mean to do that. Killing me, visual. Kill Visual Studio. Float amount and bonus jump force plus equals, let's do bonus jump force percent amount. Okay. So now we have like a separate counter for temporary changes to jump force. It's just asking for trouble if you have your temporary like apply and unapply being the same thing as your permanent increases. Because like say for example, I get the death box on screen. It's on screen. The exit event isn't gonna fire, but it's on screen. I hop into a shop. I get a standard increase. If I didn't split these apart, that standard increase would now be considering the temporary movement speed of the death box and like permanently applying that. And it would also mess up the math when I try and like undo the reciprocal. Anyway, let's go to jump force and just like see where jump force is used in this script. To just incorporate this bonus. So just like seeing what scope is appropriate. And it looks like it would be this parent scope. So it's this. You could say float current jump force equal to jump force plus, or I guess times 1.0f plus m jump force bonus percent, bonus jump force percent. Okay. And then we use that instead. Cool. Now, do we have a setter for that? Yeah, that's this. So let me go back to our burning wing. And instead of set jump force, we're going to do set, or it's like something, apply delta, right? And then we don't need to add one because we're already adding one. This is just percent. And then we follow the same pattern where we call the negative version of this. Because now they will add up. It's no longer multiplicative, it's additive. So they'll cancel each other out. All nice, and it's cleaner. It's less likely to cause bugs, less likely to have interaction problems. All right, so on enter, we modify jump force, this, and then negative this on exit. I can get rid of this because that was basically the comment explaining the work I had to do that I just did. I mean, hopefully we'll see if it works. Okay, so we would hope to see our jump speed increase pretty significantly when the what's it called? Ooh, compiler? Oh, I just missed a semicolon. I wonder if you add up all the like 10 to 20 second increments where I missed a semicolon, how much of my life got sucked up by forgetting a semicolon? It's probably a lot. I also program for my main job, so. Alright, we're heading up. Nothing should happen because I forgot to add it to the modifier list. Let's just pop our head in the shop, double check that's accurate. Yeah, we still have our fluffy wing. Can buy it seemed fine, but we need to head into our modifier list and add our new entry for our burning wing. $26. Increase jump force if Deathbox on screen. And this will be orange. Anything else? Oh, this type modifier burning. wing. Cool. Then we set the shop index to 29. Almost have 30 total items buyable in the shop. Very cool. Although I need to either add more types of consumables or get consumables completely out of there. And I think even if I do add more types of consumables, like a single-use shield, say, I would limit the amount of consumables that could spawn in the shop to only be one. Okay. Decrease jump for. I think I might have actually already done that. Actually, think about it. Not important right now, though. What are we doing? We're setting the shop to that new index, which is 29, I believe. Yeah, 28 to 29. Okay. Hopefully, we will see our burning wing in the shop, and we can then wait for the Deathbox to catch up with us a little bit. And when it does catch up with us, notice a difference in jump height. Cool, it's in there. Burning wing, increase jump force if Deathbox on screen. Yep. Let me hop back down. Alright, I'm making it up to like the lip of the next one. Yeah, is it more? I'm not actually sure. Let's pause, see if I can observe the value. Did I not? I'm skeptical this has worked. I guess I can take a look at the player's jump. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Just rearrange the... There. Alright, let's take a look at the player's jump. And see if we can... in Debug Inspector. And... Q jump jump. It says 0.4 bonus jump force %. Oh... You know what? That's a minimum and maximum %. I don't know if that's being considered. Yeah, okay. I need to... It probably can't get much higher because it's just hitting the max here. So yeah, this max is... Well, I guess it's only... It's only in the case of multi-jump. So I feel like I would have noticed. I don't know. I need to do this anyway. Current max jump force. So I should just get the % if I'm going to be using it. Bonus jump force multiplier. And switch this over to the min version. Okay, then we swap out all those. Anything else? All seems fine. I just want to make sure there are no more instances of like jump force that I missed. Doesn't look like it, but let's double check. Max net. Okay. I think it should be fixed. Well, I'm not 100% sure that was the problem, because it should only be on multi-jump, and I was like specifically testing the first jump there. But let's see. We can break in this if we really have to. I wonder what I might have missed. me double check. Just this is modifier base? Yeah, okay. That was the other thing I was checking. Alright, let's see. It might just be that 40% is too little to notice, although that should be pretty significant. That should be 280 units of force. So we're jumping. Okay, no, yeah, I noticed it there. You know what it might have been? I was just like absent-mindedly jumping, but I have to actually hold it to the whole time to get like comparable jumps. It's that same like little hop early jump multiplier that was messing it up. I was probably subconsciously just letting go of the jump button where I expected it. It's like, see here, I can't reach the heart, can't reach the heart, can't reach the heart. But in a second, still can't reach it, but like you can see I got much closer. I was just right on the edge of it. So I think this maybe should be bigger, because like I want the burning items like where you're in the risky situation to be like much more noticeable, because they only ever kick into effect right before you're about to die. So yeah, we'll bump that up to 40 to 50, but it looks like that works. Okay. Yeah, 8:45. This looks like good timing to do one last item here, and that is going to be the shiny wing. It is going to be the same idea as the shiny boots, which you may or may not remember. I have no idea who was here. You know, but the shiny boots it's a permanent movement speed increase, but a smaller one. So you can stack over time. Every time you're buying an item, you get a little bit more movement speed, a little bit more movement speed, and now you also will be able to get a little bit more jump speed. So let's go to our wing folder, find the static increase, so let's add jump speed, duplicate that. We're going to rename this add jump speed on item buy, or I think the terminology I use is on anything bought. It is a mishmash for sure, but to the extent I can remember what my like naming conventions are, I should respect them. Okay, modifier, this is add jump speed. This is add jump charge. This is add jump speed on anything bought. Instead of on buy, we subscribe to on anything bought. Right? No? Oh. This takes the index in case you care about a specific item being bought. We're not going to do anything with the index. We're just going to get the jump, increase the force, but like by a much smaller amount. We'll do 5%. Anything else? I don't think so. Just adding it to the modifier list. We got a comma first, and we paste an example. We rename. We look at the same language we used before, which was slightly increase. Slightly increase jump force on future item buys. That might be too long. We'll see. On future item buys, modifier on anything bought, which is 27. We're still using the wing. We're going to switch from orange to gold, and then we're going to tell the shop to spawn our thing. But first, Unity needs to load, of course. Okay, then we will head to our shop. Tell it to spawn item number 30. And close the shop. And test the game. Alright, might be the last test here. If it works, that's another 10 upgrades in about 2.5 hours, 2:15. Good stuff. It doesn't work, we're gonna get it working. Yep. It doesn't fit though. pause the game. Slightly increased. Maybe if I just said jump, that might be confusing. Maybe if I just said on item buys. Yeah, I don't need future. Maybe it's implied. Because you didn't have it when you bought this. But I'm going to do that and get rid of it. I think that's it. Yeah. See, if I had hot reload turned off, if it is turn offable, I could just say like, oh, I wanted to upgrade or update those strings when I was thinking of them. Just update that really quick, and then I can hop back over and still test the functionality. But no, it tries to hot reload and fails. Okay, that's okay though. Just hop right back in and run up our tower. Grab our shiny wing. Oh shit. Fell pretty far there. Oh my god. This is the getting sleepy badness. What am I looking for? Oh, I need the next shop, and I need money to buy something in it. Discount card helps me test this. Technically I could just check on the player. I mean, it feels slightly better. Well, let's grab something else. Ah, I almost fell. Ooh, triple jump. I'm not gonna get the swift wing because it could mess up my jump test. Although, this is like triple jump and starting to stack up my shiny wing is like God mode. How could I ever fail? Alright, so I should be able to buy everything. Sure. Getting pretty good jumping. Got our shiny shield activated when we bought that item. And we have reached the top of the platform, so let's wait for our death. Ooh, that rat fell too far. Yeah, I just want to see when the death box hits the screen. I'd like to see my orange shield appear. It did, and it immediately got killed. I got knocked down and killed. Alright, but before I quit the game, it felt like I was getting more and more jump, but let's double check that. The jump should be 700, it's 984. So yeah, we were accumulating jump speed with our shiny wing. So we're going to cross that off too. Great stuff. Alright, so heading back to stream notes. We did not get the VIP card. I'll do that offline. But these upgrades here represented 10 upgrades, so 10 more upgrades. Cool stuff. I think I probably won't do next stream just focused on upgrades. It might be like Frenzy and then the Frenzy upgrades, or like Time Bubble and then the Time Bubble upgrades. That sort of thing, where it's more focused on a mechanic than just adding raw upgrades. Because I feel like now I'm at what the final index there was 30, so 27 upgrades. That's a pretty solid mass of them to start gamifying this, you know, start adding levels and start putting in real costs and stuff. So it's exciting. We're getting to that content point. But yeah, at reaching 9 o'clock here, getting real close and hitting the sort of a reasonable goal of 10 upgrades here. I'm going to call this stream here for the night. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Check me out on Twitter and YouTube, Quiet Bench Zen, all the places, and have a good night.